Hello fellow engineers and welcome back to Polybridge 2. Now, last time we played this, we completed the game without using a bridge. And honestly, after seeing the world without bridges, it's not something I ever want to go back to. However, today we're going to be doing something a bit different. We're going to be completing Polybridge 2 with cheese. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, Jesus, surely you're not that good at Polybridge 2 that you can literally cheese the game. Won't a light breeze just blow your bridge down and leave you feta up? And I can only apologize for that. I don't know what came over me there. Just constant terrible cheese pun jokes. I won't let it happen again. As long as you boost the like button, because I'm sure you can't camembert the jokes any longer. By the way, make sure you check out my merch store, realcivilengineer.store, because I've just released this awesome design referencing loads of past videos, including Polybridge. And if you're quick, you can get the limited edition poster that I've digitally signed. Anyway, so yes, essentially, we're going to be trying to complete Polybridge 2 without building a bridge, sort of. We're going to be using the cheese solutions. We're going to be like glitching the game and stuff. And for this, I'm leaning on a lot of speedrunning techniques. So I guess this is also like a speedrunning review. Is speedrunning engineering? Who knows? Anyway, let's get into World 1 and we're going to be starting with the 10-meter simple bridge. Now in this, you've got to build your first bridge. You got 10 grand and this is what an engineer came up with. It's very efficient. Anyway, for this, we need to delete this, I'm afraid. We need to turn the grid on using this button up here, and then we're going to be selecting road. And this was sort of the first, as far as I'm aware, speedrun sort of technique that everyone started using. So you build a bit of road up like that, and then you build a little triangle of road going to that square, and that square. And then apparently this will fall down onto the car such that it flings it across, assuming it hasn't been patched out of the game yet. So let's press play and floosh. Oh, it did it. It landed on its wheels as well. That was awesome. And if you look in the leaderboard, which is now just a cheese leaderboard for this bit, I've turned off the unbreaking only because I feel like these are like actual solutions, possibly. But if we turn off unbreaking, these are sort of like the cheese ones. And you'll see 1,000 people have done this before me. However, let's go back because the speedrunners, they came up with a better idea. So if you delete this and you build it a little bit differently, you've got to go over to there, then do a little diagonal, and then go up 2. Now that obviously has less pieces. You can see the cost is a lot less, but it also means you can build it quicker because it's just in a line. So speedrunners love this. So let's press play on that and it pretty much does the same thing, but it's a little bit of a bumpier landing. And with that, we're placed 213th. There's still people doing it for way cheaper, 433. I assume those would be like off-grid solutions to make it way cheaper, but this is like the speedrunning technique. Anyway, I think this is enough of a cheese that we can head on to the next level. Right, so level 2, a new slope. So this is the first time you build a bridge on your slope. And for my playthrough where I didn't want to build a bridge, we built these two structures, touching tips in the middle. Oh man, I must have been on one that day. But you can see it works perfectly. The small little gap is small enough that the wheel of the Volkswagen camper van passes over nicely. Now, the technique on this is unfortunately to delete those masterpieces of structures. I'm going to be using reinforced road. Now, this is road that is slightly stronger than normal road. And with this reinforced road, you're going to come over to this square point because you can't just build wherever you want to in this game. You have to build from a node. We're then going to take our mouse. We're going to go to the major grid. We're going to go down 4 and right 1. And we're going to hover over that point. If we then click 3 times, we get a straight bit of road that goes to there. Next up, we're going to click from there, go to the top left node. Again, click 3 times, and look, we've built, it's not really a bridge, but we built some cheese. This is what cheese looks like in this game. And I assume this is probably the fastest way to build a dangly road, which when we press play, yep, it will just hang into shape, and then this will drive across. Oh, it died. Turns out there is a little bit of tweaking you have to do on this, so you can see which part broke this bit of road here. So if we turn the grid off, grab this node, and if we hold shift, we can move it left a bit. The same with down here. But after lots of tweaking, I can't get this one to work, so screw that. I don't know how you're meant to speedrun this one, but thankfully, if we turn the grid back on and delete all that, I found out my buddy Arglin, he has speedrun this entire world. You should go check out his video on it. But this was quite a cheesy solution he did for this, so we're going to use what he came up with. So basically, we build that as high as we can, do an equilateral triangle, but smaller, put a vertical arm on, and then we just grab all this, press this cut button, move it to there, Then we can flip it vertically and horizontally, do that, connect it all up to make a diamond, and then we're nearly ready to go. If we press play, you'll see this sort of like booshes it a bit, but we didn't make it across. So we've just got to build a little ramp. And for this, we use normal road, sort of build a ramp like this. And then that should be good. This is so cheesy. So boosh, gets knocked on the head, ramp over, sorted. Love to see it. But you'll notice that we are nowhere near cheapest solution. It's just a quick solution that's easy to build and very cheesy. So I like to see it. Let's go to the next level. So level 3, Bridge of Steel. This was where I was desperately trying not to build a bridge. And it's not a bridge because it's not connected. There's a gap. And then people sort of pointed out in the comments, expansion gaps are a thing in real life, Matt. Shush. Right, for this one, there aren't many speedrun tactics. Because you get like so much steel, so much reinforced road, you get 24 grand as well. All the speedrunners do is literally just build that, press this auto triangulate button, and you can literally build whatever you want, and it pretty much works. So you press play, and as you can see, we've built an under budget bridge in like seconds, but obviously that is not cheese. So we're going to delete this, and we're going to be doing a little cheese on this. So we've got to go down to here. This is our trace tool. So we can do just like, we can just trace like a little line like that. Then we can grab a piece of road, and we can just place it there. It doesn't really matter where you place either of these, by the way, but it's important to draw it from where you want to start. And now it gets a little bit tricky. By the way, shouts out to Minecraft for finding this and letting the community know. I'm sure no one's abused it for the leaderboards. Right, so we hold right click. We then make sure we're over this node, and we hold shift and left click. And then usually shift would make us move the screen, but no, because we've got that node selected, we've got a little arrow down there. That means some magic is happening. So if we let go of right click, we've got this. I'm still holding left click down, by the way. And then we press delete to get rid of it. I've still got left click held down, and then we just got to move our mouse to wherever we want it to be. So I want to be like over there, I guess. So now we let go, and then we fill this in. And then with the trace bit of road filled in, if we just undo twice, we get this, a giant piece of road. So if we press play, oh, it's so cheesy. It's so cheap. Look at the stress, 1% stress, and we've cleared the level. And I feel like an architect. Thankfully for this cheese, because it is so cheesy, can you see that exclamation mark up there? That means cheat mode has been turned on, so you can't do this if you want to get onto the leaderboards. But yeah, you can make infinitely long pieces of road that just act like one bit of road. So pretty much means they can hold any vehicle in the game. Oh, if that's not a cheese, I don't know what is a cheese. Yeah, and also this, what the hell? What was I doing here? Oh, this was my like ultimate I got super lucky by not building bridges solution. I feel like just the fact that this one worked is probably cheese enough, because now we're on this level, the first drawbridge, and yet this is pretty much a bridge. I don't know how I really got away with saying it wasn't. I mean, that's just a glorified expansion joint, isn't it? So we're going to be using cheese to get over this level. So let's delete that. And for this one, we're going to be using our good friend, the hydraulic. So we take hydraulic, we go from this point, and we end up sandwiched between this guy's face and his D. Don't take that out of context, please. Then we build from there some road over to floating just above that node. And then we draw another bit of road back and go to that point. Now, those with a keen eye can probably see how this one's going to go. The road will sort of flop down, and then the hydraulic will tighten, so it will move this bit of road into this dude's face. And as we've seen before, these vehicles don't like getting road wedged into them because it flings them across. So let's watch this happen. Boosh! Oh, perfect landing. Right, so I sort of want to watch this again, but slowed way down. So you can see what's happening. The road is being crushed into his face, and then it's too much. It sort of makes him backflip. And then he does like a 1, 2, 7, a hepta backflip. They're not even doing that in motocross yet, and this guy's doing it with a moped. Wow, I feel cheesy. We're 54th in the leaderboard. All right, so next up we've got taxi task. This was my non-bridge solution, which is that a bridge? I feel like it is just quite a bad bridge. I mean, I probably tried to blag that it was a swing or something, but there is quite a mental cheese solutions here. So obviously the car has to get back. Oh god, that didn't work very well, did it? So the taxi has to get back, which means your usual sort of fling it across technique. It's not perfect, but what we can do, we can build the main bit of cheddar, which I think looks like that. So let's just play this. Yeah, that flings us a bit. It flings us a bit too low though. So what we got to do, we got to add a bit of wood down there and a bit of road up to there. So now when we do this, that sort of gets us to the top. It gets us perfectly to the checkpoint. It even flips us around, but then we have no bridge to go back on. Now, this is where it gets even more cheesier. So we build road over this side, up to there, and then up to there. And then you'll see we'll fling onto this. We'll sort of land upside down on our roof, and then... What is that? That was awesome. Right, let's watch that again. So what even happens with this piece? It just sort of like, I don't know, it just turns into a springboard or something. Like this deer's just watching like, Matt, what happened to you, man? You used to be an engineer. Now look at you. Anyway, now we're on to rope support, and this, I'm sorry, but this definitely was a bridge. So let's get rid of that and let's cheese this to the max. So we're basically just going to build like a sort of half semi-bridge thing. So if we hover there, we should be able to build a reasonably straight bit of bridge. Then we can just triangulate the wood underneath pretty much just by doing that. Oh yeah, I can see why this is a speed running technique. Next up, we grab some cable, and this is going to support what we've just built. So as you can see, that has the strength. It allows us to get to the end, but then it dies. Now you're probably thinking you can just mirror that and that will be quick and easy. No. We've got some cheesing to be doing. So we grab a bit of wire. We go from there over to that point and then to the other balloon. And then these two balloons, they're sort of wired together. We grab a little bit of road and then we just dangle it like that. And then we just want to delete that bit. That was just like for guidance. So that now when it drops, it's swinging like a swing, and then... It takes the thing. Oh, and it goes through the flag. Oh, this solution is mental. Is it cheese? I'm not sure it's cheese, really. Yeah, but when you get in the top 1% by building a swing, it's ridiculous. You can see the swing, like, perfectly catches the truck. Oh, I love that. Absolutely love that. All right, so this one, we're going from my two definitely not bridges solution. And we're going to be dabbling in some dangling road. Now, this is really not engineering. It's just abusing the physics. Unlike the other solutions I've done today. And basically, we're going to be going to there, then building some horizontal road that direction, and then going straight up to there, all with the grid on. Now, this looks horrible, but as soon as we hit play, it goes into like a dangling road. And it has the strength to not only support itself, but to support this huge digger. And so yeah, this is probably one of the like earliest cheeses of the game, the dangling road. And 2,932 other people have cheesed this. You dirty cheesers. I mean, if we were to look in the gallery, you can see you can also do it that method. You can also do it this method. There's lots of variety of cheese in this game. But still, shout out to the dangling road, the original bit of cheese. It does the job. Right, so this level is the first jump. Most typical solutions pretty much include a jump this end and a sort of catchy thing this end. It's the first time we get to use springs as well. And you can see they come in handy in a variety of ways. They also come in handy in cheesing solutions. So if we delete all this, we can create a sort of rampy thing up here. Right, so basically we have this sort of shape. We're then going to grab a spring. We're going to bung it from there to there, and we're going to compress it to the max. Right, and then if you just draw some wood under this spring, so if we move this, can you see there's wood under there? Now that sort of allows this to be held in place. And then as it goes over, can you see where this is going? This bit of road snaps. If we watch this in super slow motion, as the car drives over, this bit of road snaps. And then boosh, it gives it a bit of a ping. And all we got to do is tweak this until we get to the point that when it breaks, it booshes our car. You land perfectly on the flag with an endo to finish. And basically you can use most of these strategies to cheese your way through most of the levels in Polybridge, although obviously things do get more complicated the further on you go in the game. So thanks to the Polybridge community for coming up with all these ingenious engineering solutions, apart from whoever came up with the dangling road. I hate you. But yes, that was Polybridge 2, beating the game with cheese. Now I'm going to go eat some cheese and crackers. See you guys later. Peace, love, and cheese!